EA Sports. How has it got to this? A moment in Ultimate Team history where we would rather watch paint dry than log in for 6 PM content. Where has it all gone wrong in FC25? And what has happened to our once beautiful football game? And for cheap, fast, reliable FC25 coins, head over to MMOEXP.com for Shapeshifters. Use the code MATTHD to get 8% off your order. You can even buy players and packs too. When Ultimate Team first hit consoles in FIFA 09, I could not contain my excitement. The month was March and it was impeccably fun. Hilariously, you actually had to pay for this game mode at the time. It was like $5.99, but the fun you could have was out of this world. It was awesome to be collecting cards. There was a collection book. The gameplay was amazing in FIFA 09. And in the years after, the level of fun we had was unreal. If we look back at FIFA 14, the Legends arrival, FIFA 16, we got FUT Draft for the first time, and the joy we had packing players like Ibarbo, still using cheap gold teams in June, and the ability to pick up your controller, log into FIFA, and simply have fun was out of this world. Flash forward though to EFC 25, and now we're here. We're at a stage of the game where there are more promo packs than bourbon biscuits in my house. The bourbons are back. It's simply unfathomable where this game is at the moment. I've been planning this video for a few weeks because I've noticed the hugest decline in player enjoyment of this game. And even compared to last year, things were far better. However, where do we begin with everything wrong with FC25 in the month of July? The first thing where EA have gone massively wrong this year is the power curve of players and their stats. These players are simply too high rated for this part of the year. We're approaching footies and already we've got so many 90 rated players here that makes the next promo even less exciting. Gold rare cards are simply not even usable now, and they haven't been usable since about March, maybe February. They only then become SBC fodder for the majority of these cards. So the power curve has to be massively reduced. But why is the power curve wrong? Simply put, there are far too many promos in FC25 as a whole. To make you aware on Footbin here, we've actually got the list of all of these promos. And already on the 27th of September there, we had 93 rated cards already. We used to use gold cards back in FIFA 16 all the way until April, May, until Team of the Season. And that way the power curve remained very respectable and it was kind of fair. Having 93 rated promos already in the month of September on launch week is insanity. Flash forward here to Trailblazers, and again, more 92s, 93s were in packs, which kills off the hype of gold cards far too quickly. Also, in relation to the power curve, you might ask me, Matt, why are there too many promos? Well, every week we are literally getting a promo team or a new promo. There's no break in between promos anymore, which means that if you go and pack, for example, a Future Stars Endrick, who was 93 rating at the time, literally a week later, he could have been replaced there by a same rating Dybala, thus meaning you don't get to enjoy the card that you just packed. Even if there was a 1-2 week break after each new promo, that will give you the time to go and enjoy those cards. Whereas now there's Winter Wildcards, Numero Foot, Trailblazers, Team of the Season, Shapeshifters. There is no break anymore. Also, that creates a lot less hype for each new promo, because what you've got to look forward to there with the next promo, you get no time to be excited for it. And I think we're all burnt out by how many promos there are. We do not get to enjoy these cards for long enough. That literally kills the power curve. And if they lessen the amount of promos, which I don't think they'll do, that would create more hype in Ultimate Team for the new players they're about to release. Now, the next problem that creates though is this one. I've never seen anything like this in FIFA history, where cards that have got nearly all stats above 90, for example, Souček looks like he's got a great card, as does Jose Perez, yet we're not excited to pack these players at all. In fact, some of these players are max 12,000 coins, and this is my point with the power curve. There are so many 90 or above stats on these cards now that it becomes very dull. You don't get excited now for these high-rated stats. Back in FIFA 22, we had a card like Yusuf Atal, where a lot of the other cards in this promo were simply not like Atal's stats. There weren't many players with stats like this in the game. Flash forward though to FC 25, and there are so many similar rated cards now that all these player prices get driven down. You pack them, you sell them, but for only less than 15,000 coins, which again causes less excitement and makes you forget about these cards. I guarantee you that you guys might forgot that Perez even had this card. Whereas Atal had very individual stats, which were rare in the game. We've got so many player stats now that are similar, which means we are not ecstatic to go and get these players because they're not rare. Now, from the power curve of the game though, to a very big point I've got to make today: content. I can't believe the amount of people that are joining my streams and you guys on the videos and any video that you watch as well. I'm seeing comments all across the board in the community about this, and especially on Twitter, everyone saying the same thing. This game right now is dead. I'm seeing that more than ever in the past few years, and a big reason for that is literally the content. This game has become a content game a lot of the time. So whenever EA lack on good content or exciting content, people drop off the game and stop logging in every day. For example, the 93 plus icon player pick now. And although I can't stand the power curve on this game, the ratings are too high. All the meanwhile though, having a 93 icon player pick now, which is obviously behind the meta, again causes less people to go and do this SBC. Also, why are we paying 10 squads for an icon player pick in July, EA? Why would we want to go and do that? It's simply ridiculous that the content team thought this is a really good idea. 10 squads for a 93 rating in July is insanity. I guarantee that we've all packed Julie Foudy at least one time this week. Sticking with content though, and this hasn't been really mentioned by a lot of people yet, but has anyone else felt like player SBCs have taken a massive downward spiral in the last few months of the game? Even during Team of the Season, there was at least a bit more excitement with player SBCs. Cheap beast like Paxial from Brazil, 90 rating, was really fun to use. He was like a flashback Neymar. You had generally quite fun player SBCs being released. But lately, it feels like they've massively given up when it comes to player SBCs. I don't know many people that are going to be completing these kind of players here for Jess Park and also even Hector Bellerin right now, when there are so much better cards in the game. It feels like they've given up on player SBCs, and I don't know why. Have the content team gone on holiday for a few months until the next game? What's happened here? Someone explain why they left player SBCs the way they are. Not only that though, I've got to bring this up. Having to then go and pay for an Evo after completing this SBC for Berbatov seems slightly out of touch. I guarantee that a lot of you guys watching this right now have probably avoided doing this SBC because of the evolution. It's really weird what they've done with player SBCs, and I hope they address this. Now, when it comes to upgrade packs, though, it has been a fairly similar repeatable grind to an extent in the last few weeks. But I feel like in July, the fact that we had an amazing Team of the Year repeatable grind was awesome. Even if we got like a daily repeatable 83 times 5 repeatable pack that was very repeatable, even if we got a daily repeatable 84 times 5 pack that was actually repeatable and in a way unlimited every day right now, that would be cool. Especially as a warm-up to footies, that'd be amazing. But instead, we're stuck with the same grinding upgrade, crafting upgrade every day. That is good to some extent, but it just become a bit stale after a while. Now, it's got to be addressed as well though. Icon SBCs, there are only 4 on the game. I swear that EA once said that having access to all icons was a really important thing in Ultimate Team, and we only have 4 icons now that we want to complete or could complete if we wish to. Butragueno, Baggio, Michael Owen, and Baresi. Where is 95 Pele? Where is 96 R9? Just make them available to grind towards. That would be really cool to see. What do you guys though make of the icon SBCs? Thinking about it though logically, just having some of these icons available right now seems to be the play. But again, they've just left it being so stale. Are they just being lazy, or have they just forgot? These icons are meant to be accessible, yet right now they're not. Now, the next part that I've got to discuss is actually something in the past we all once loved, and that was icon swaps. Now, if you didn't know, Season Progress actually replaced icon swaps. They did bring out a swaps mode, I believe, back in December, I think, for Winter Wildcards, I think. But we only had it once and never again. Icon swaps was a fantastic part of Ultimate Team that you grind towards to unlock really big packs, unlock big players. You could choose between good players or packs and go with whichever you wanted to. Now, although we're stuck with Season Progress, which is cool for the most part, but not having icon swaps alongside this even once a month, and also there's no balance between the players and packs here. You are crazy, in my opinion, if you're taking the 91+3 over someone as good as Kaká. There needs to be a balance where that pack is like a 93x4 versus Kaká. That is too low rating. You're going to get a 92 rated team of the season from the Eredivisie that you're not going to use. Previously in icon swaps, there would genuinely be a very difficult choice. You might want to go for the base 88 Vieira or an 84+10. That at the time was a really crucial choice and a balanced, fair choice. This is not balanced. This also needs to be upgraded. Next up though has to be gameplay. Of course, with a rant video like this one, guys, we have to discuss the elephant in the room, gameplay. FIFA 17, they actually got it so right. The attacking movement was fantastic. The defensiveness in that game was brilliant. You could actually defend really strongly if you're a defensive player and win games. It feels like every game in Ultimate Team now is the Thierry Henry show. Everyone's got the Henry card. Everyone's got a Rutullet. Everyone's using 4-2-1-3. But the gameplay specifically, there's about 17 goals per half in Ultimate Team. I just got 12 wins on a new Road to Glory, which is linked up there now on the screen. However, that was with a 94 rated team. I was proud of the record. Was it actually enjoyable though to play? For the most part, not really. The main reason being is when you tackle your opponent, they always seem to get the ball back. And some of the goals you can see on this game, guys, are just silly. Goalkeepers don't seem to really work a lot of the time. The servers are diabolical. I am matching more players outside of the UK more than ever, which affects my ping in every game. I know you guys told me the same thing. The amount of players I'm now matching in France, Netherlands here, Netherlands again, France again, Netherlands again, and really all over Europe is a sign that these servers are not working the way they're meant to be. If you guys are based in Germany, if you're based in Australia, surely you should be matching people within the same country to affect and improve the ping and connection of the game. Obviously, I don't mind playing these guys around the world, but it becomes an issue when you start to get input delay, the connection starts to suffer, the lag happens in game. I think I now play more people outside of the UK, which obviously affects the connection. My ping would normally be like 14 ping. Now it's like 30 or 40. Wherever you are in the world watching this video, what's your ping and how are your connections in game? However, in terms of gameplay, I strongly believe this game needs a massive overhaul. It feels like you can only do a speed boost to get past your opponent in this game. Unless you're a pro player or maybe good at skill cancels, dribbling now is worse than ever. I used to thrive using R1 dribbling in FC24. I loved it. Yet they nerfed it so much that now you can't really do intricate dribbling as well as you once used to be able to. Now it's all about that speed boost, first time through balls, and it feels like they've really nerfed the fun in attacking movement as well. This gameplay is probably a solid 2 out of 10 in my opinion. FIFA 17 was probably a 9. That's the difference. Also, it feels like you need to do so many player locks just to get a player to move. In the FIFA 17 days, guys, you could actually score fluid football goals that were amazing to watch. If you go back and watch FIFA 17 gameplay, you'll see the difference. It'll be on my screen now as well to show you, but the ability to score amazing fun goals was bar none. It was amazing. Whereas now you've got to send 75,000 player locks per week just to score more goals. That should not be the case. This next point about EA Sports has to be addressed, and it's people quitting the game. This game, you won't believe it, guys. I came back from 5-1 down to equalize in the 92nd minute to draw 9-9. Yes, 9-all. So once I got to 9-all though, my guy decided to dashboard the game, and by doing that, he would not give me the win. This is a major issue that again has not been fully sorted by EA, which makes you want to not play this game anymore. How many times has it happened to you watching where you've got back in a game and your opponent's left and they go and bloody quit the game. Even if your opponent decides to leave the game at 0-0 in any point of the game, that should be your win. I can guarantee you there's going to be one guy in the comments called Mike who's like,
Matt, why is that possible? That shouldn't be allowed. You didn't even score a goal. You shouldn't get the win.
I don't know why Mike sounds like that, but here we are. They're forfeiting the game. They're cancelling on you. Of course, we should get the win if your opponent quits. No matter if they're winning, if they're losing. It might not be their fault if they get disconnect, to be fair. But other than maybe a genuine disconnect from the servers that isn't their fault, you should always get the win if your opponent leaves. I don't care if it's 5-all, if they're winning and they literally go and quit the game. They're quitting on the game. You should get the win. They did say they fixed this in the second half of games, but why can't they do this in the first half? And also, please, if someone bloody dashboards the game, EA, give us the win. Think about it. If you're 13-0 weekend league, you're 4-all in the game, your opponent gets a delivery, they need to quit the game, and you don't get the win, and you then lose the next game. You then do not want to play this game for a while. Where is the logic, EA? Please go and find it. Actually infuriating, you know? How could I make this video, though, and not talk about something very controversial to an extent, very on topic as well, and that's playstyles in FC25. Would you agree that they have too much of an impact in this game and they nullify the good stats a player has? Playstyles are like extra stats on top of their player stats that add as power-ups to a player card. For example, this playstyle trait here of incisive pass, which Ollie Watkins does have, makes his through passes more accurate. They're like bonuses on top of stats, but to the extent now where if Ollie Watkins was a striker here and does not have a finesse shot playstyle, he hasn't got low driven, he becomes unusable. Someone like R9 Ronaldo is awesome and still fun to use. However, a lot of you would argue that he as well is unusable because of the lack of playstyles. He's only got 4 playstyles on his card, and the importance that EA have relied upon playstyles now has, in my opinion, gone way too far. To have someone like R9 not become usable is insane. Look at the stats he's still got, 97 finishing, but R9 Ronaldo can't score a low driven. Surely, instead of playstyles, this should be a skill in game where the low driven is triggered by pressing the back triggers. You press shoot at the same time. You've got to aim it right, which then means playstyles aren't as important and it's a more skill-based game. But right now, someone like R9 Ronaldo is literally unusable. He can't score a low driven, as well as someone who's got a goal playstyle. That to me makes no sense. And also by doing that, it's meant that stats have kind of gone a bit forgotten. I used to always look at stats and think, okay, this player's got really good agility, this player's got good stamina. Now, you kind of don't really look at stats all that much now. Compared to play styles, this has become the most popular part of a player's card. For me, it's too much. How is El Shaarawy more usable than R9 Ronaldo? Please tell me how. Now, another huge issue is definitely something that you might have forgotten about, but we're going to take a trip down memory lane here. Game modes like online draft, foot draft in general, and even moments are just added to the game and they're forgotten about. This moments mode, I think, is actually a brilliant idea from EA, but they've added it in the last 2 years and they've literally left it to rot in Ultimate Team. This could be a fantastic game mode which is played every week. There could be loads of Evo objectives in this mode. There could be loads of challenges. Instead, though, you can still only exchange stars here, guys, for 50k packs in July. It expires in 77 days, and it's been completely forgotten with EA. Why have they done this? This is generally a really good mode. It's good for the start of the year, but then they just don't update it at all. Now, Foot Draft has always been one of my favorite modes in the entirety of Ultimate Team. I think it's an awesome mode, but they need to really revamp this. If they're going to charge you 15,000 coins or 300 FC points per foot draft, then at least give you good rewards. How often have we seen it where you win the draft or win 3 drafts in a row and the best pack you get is a mega pack? It's a 15k pack. And you also get a gold pack for winning a draft. At least give you a free draft token for the next draft, or at least make profit where you can then pay 15,000 coins and you don't lose the coins for the next draft. I have played thousands of draft games in my life, and I can tell you the best pack I've ever got is a 100k pack. They need to make this mode a staple of Ultimate Team again, because I really believe this is a sleeping giant of a game mode. People have asked maybe they can make this free, but it's EA. We know what they're like. They're not going to do that. But what should EA do, guys, to draft to improve it? Now, when it comes to objectives, I think they get a lot of this right, actually. But again, I feel like in Ultimate Team, they need to have a guaranteed cup every week, but that just didn't seem to hit right. I feel like the cup, though, now is getting a bit too repetitive, and I would rather some lower requirements here with play ratings, so we can try those low rated gold cards again for the first time in a long time. Now, when it comes to Weekend League, this is something I'm very passionate about. I really believe there should be a separate co-op Weekend League. Can you imagine the collaborations we could do, guys, on the channel? Playing with some friends like Nep or Nick, you know, maybe have lesser rewards than obviously main FUT Champs finals, but to play an entire Weekend League with a good man's way would just be hilarious. And I'm sure you guys would love that too with your friends, like we have on Rush. You can play Rush here with friends. Why not have a co-op Weekend League where it's 2v2, not 2v1? That would be very fun during these big promos. Now, this next rant is a weird one, but I don't know how they fix this personally. You guys can help me out with this one. How do they make this game more pick up and play? Me and my wife and my son went through Mackey's drive-thru last week, and two of the guys recognized from videos and streams. Lovely guys. However, as we got the McFlurry, they both said to me, Matt, I don't play this game anymore. We both used to play FIFA a lot in the past in Ultimate Team, even back in like FIFA 20. Yet now they can't pick up the game, they said, and it feels way too serious. They can't just pick up the game and have a cheeky gold team or a few special cards, and that's them done. They've got to go and grind Evos now. They've got to go and compete in FUT Champs. In order to stand up against these crazy teams now, they have to grind. They finish their shift, they come back home, they spend hours and hours grinding, but that's not what they want to do. That's why they're playing different games like Fortnite now. They'll be playing GTA shortly. For a hardcore player like me or you guys watching, obviously grinding is a big part of the game, but I definitely agree with them in saying that if you come back from school, college, or work, sometimes you just want to chill in FIFA and have a few games, get a few wins, and chill. You want to use a few fun cards, but where is the answer there? I never forget thinking at the time when EA first introduced FUT Champs, as exciting as it was, a thought was in the back of my mind, are they going too serious here? Gone are the days logging in and using your gold teams for fun and still getting wins. Now it's all about being super sweaty, super serious. And not everyone wants to do that. You might not believe that, but there are a lot of casual players now who always say they don't play this game anymore because it's too serious. Everyone's still sweating in July, doing play locks too much. They want to just go on a game mode that's fun, it's casual. Maybe FUT Draft could be the answer to that if they made it maybe free or something. But there definitely needs to be a more casual aspect to Ultimate Team where these people I'm seeing are actually wanting to play the game because it's casual. Some other friends of mine play Seasons now instead of Ultimate Team because, again, that's way more casual. And saying that, there's actually 8,000 players on Seasons right now, which actually is good to see. That shows that maybe the casual players are instead playing Seasons instead of Ultimate Team. Now, I asked you guys on Twitter before, how are you feeling about the game right now? Are you enjoying it? Is it stale content? Let me know. And these are some of the replies. People are saying right now there's nothing to grind for. Content's been really bad for months. Evos are paid for and have probably spent close to 8 million just in Evos. He's got 350 packs there to open, but with zero desire to open them for. Zero content, give us footies 85 times 10 on the first day, or just AFC 26 already. I enjoyed it at the start, then they made update changes as pro players weren't happy and completely took the fun out of it. I tried to get back playing it a few months ago, it's just unplayable, and to esports this would have been a great game. This year now though, just another EA flop. It's eye-opening how many of you guys are saying this now all over the community. This game is in a very stale state where the content's lacking. EA are being very lazy when it comes to icon picks, when it comes to new promos. Also, I do believe leaks are definitely ruining some of the hype when it comes to promos. I do really like pack leaks, you know, when we see an 85 plus 10 leak for the first time, or a new 90 plus icon player pick. I think those kind of leaks are really harmless. But I do think seeing the entire team days early is definitely ruining the hype. There must be some people within EA, like Icon Moments and that whole scandal, when EA employees were literally selling Icon Moments to people around the world. I do think that leaks now. Seeing these players come days early does kill some of the excitement. And obviously, you know, the leakers are going to do what they want to do, and that's fair enough. But someone within EA is clearly leaking this stuff. Maybe they're tired of Ultimate Team. Again, though, pack leaks I find cool, but I think promo leaks early, like a week early, is just too much, man. I want to be excited, not know what we have on a Friday. However, what do you think of FC 25 and the current state of this game? What do you think EA need to do to make this game fun again? And by the way, we're in summertime. This used to be one of the most fun times to play Ultimate Team. A year ago, we had greats of the game. Whereas now, you don't want to log on and open these new shapeshifter packs every day. Where have EA got it all wrong? Let me know in the comments, subscribe, leave a like for more, and I'll see you guys on the next new video.